Goblet squats are a great exercise. They're very similar to barbell back squats, but they allow you to get into the bottom position a little bit easier. The main difference is that with goblet squats, you can keep your elbows tucked in and closed together, so it doesn't interfere with your range of motion. You also don't have to worry about getting under the bar and bracing for each rep. If you want more weight on this movement, I recommend using a rack like this one, where you can load plates onto the sides. This allows you to use heavier weights safely, without having to hold them all by yourself. It will take some practice to find out how much weight your arms can comfortably handle. Another variation I really enjoy doing is holding dumbbells instead. Dumbbell goblets offer even more freedom of motion than regular goblets do. Just make sure not to let your elbows flare out too far, or else you could risk injury. Try these variations next time you train legs to add variety to your routine. This is the chest press movement. You can either do a machine chest press or plated chest press. So the first thing that we want to focus on is our grip. We don't want to have too wide of a grip, because then it will start working more into your shoulders. And if we go too narrow with our hands, then it starts working more into our triceps. So what we want to do is find somewhere in between, where we can get maximum contraction for both muscles. Now when doing this exercise, we also want to make sure that we are not flaring out our elbows, because again, that will work more into our shoulders and take away from our chest gains. As you see here, my arms are tucked in. I am pushing straight up and down, in line with where my pecs would be, and notice how I rotate my elbows in. This is very important as well, to keep constant tension throughout the movement. You never want to let off any tension by bringing your elbows forward or backward. Another tip I like to use is, when I bring the weight all the way down, I like to squeeze at the bottom. That way I know that I've reached full range of motion for each rep. And lastly, you always want to make sure that you control the negative portion of the lift as much as possible. The reason why this is so important is because most people tend to just drop the weight on their chest at the end of every set. But by controlling the negative, it allows us to really feel the muscle fibers being stretched out and getting ready for the next repetition. If you found these tips helpful, please leave me a comment below or send me a DM letting me know. Also, please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already done so. It helps support my page greatly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Today I want to show you how to do a lat pull down. The first thing is the setup of your body. You should be sitting upright and tall in the seat. Your feet can either be flat on the floor or up against something, like this bench that I have set up right behind me. Next comes hand placement. I like my hands just outside shoulder width with an overhand grip to help keep tension off your biceps. Here, I am switching hand placement to work on the width of my lats. The placement of your hands is your choice to help keep tension off your biceps. As you pull the bar down, you want to think about pulling from your elbows rather than your hands or wrists. The motion starts by retracting your shoulders back as far as possible while keeping your chest tall and upright. Then you initiate the movement by pulling straight down towards your upper abdomen or belly button area, keeping your arms relatively straight. Your shoulder blades should squeeze together at the bottom of each rep. As the bar comes down towards you, you should feel tension on both sides of your back, especially along the lats. Here, I am doing a reverse grip which works the mid-range and thickness of the back, also targeting your biceps. The last part of each rep involves slowly returning the weight to its starting position while maintaining control throughout. It's important not to let gravity take over and just drop the weight back into place. This exercise is great for building muscle mass in the upper body, especially shoulders, back, biceps, and triceps. The dumbbell Romanian deadlift, a great exercise for your glutes and hamstrings. You're going to start with a slight bend in the knee, hinge at the hips, keeping that back straight, and then drive through those heels as you come up. Make sure when you hinge over, you keep that core tight so it doesn't round out. So don't do this. Keep that core nice and tight. And also make sure you have good form. Don't just swing the weight around like this. Keep everything controlled. Squeeze on top of each rep. That way we can really feel those glutes working. Try this exercise next. The dumbbell shoulder press is a great exercise. It works the front and side deltoids. To perform this movement correctly, you want to make sure that you're sitting upright, with your back against something like a bench or chair, or even just a wall. You don't have to be on an incline at all. Make sure when you bring up those weights, that they are directly above your shoulders, so there isn't any pressure on them. And then lower down slowly with control until your arms reach about 90 degrees at your elbows. This will help prevent injury, as well as give you more time under tension for muscle growth. How to do a plank. First, you want to get into position. You're going to put your hands on the ground and then bring yourself up like this. Now what I recommend is keeping your elbows in line with your shoulders, so that way it doesn't hurt your shoulder joints. And also keep your core tight, because if not, you will fall down and break your neck. Now when doing planks, you should feel tension in your core muscles, like these ones. But also make sure that you keep your back straight, so that way you don't hurt yourself. Once you've done enough reps, just bring yourself down slowly and then get out of position.